Hey y'all, it's Dr. Allison, and we have an upcoming holiday on March 20th. We are celebrating International Day of Happiness. Yes, it's a thing, and I'm here today with 10 ways that you can celebrate the holiday. But before we launch into those 10 ways to celebrate, let's check in a little bit about happiness. Did you know that your genetics and your life circumstances only account for 50% of your happiness? Yes, 50% genetics and life circumstances. The other 50% of your level of happiness is determined by you and your habits. How you spend your time, who you spend your time with, things that you do, that determines your level of happiness. Happiness is a skill, meaning it's something we have to practice. Think about happiness like physical strength, right? Yes, our genetics kind of impact physical strength, but we don't just become physically strong, right? We get stronger by doing various exercise and movements, and over time, the more we do those movements, the more we do those exercises, the stronger we become. Happiness is a lot like physical strength in that way, meaning we have to practice various exercises and various habits to increase our level of happiness. So with that, let's kick off with our 10 ways to celebrate International Day of Happiness. Number 1, name what's going well in your life. Typically, as humans, our brains tend to get stuck on the 1 or 2 things in our lives that aren't going so great. And those things are happening, don't get me wrong, but there's also 10 to 20 other things that are going really well. Take a second to name those right now. What's going well at home? What's going well at work? What's going well in your relationships? Take a second right now to rattle off the things in your life that are going well. Number 2, spend time with someone you care about. Meaningful relationships are one of the most important parts of our lives, and they're one of the biggest contributors to happiness. As one of my favorite country songs of the moment says, it's all about the company that you keep. So even on days that you feel like isolating, get out and be with people that you care about. Number 3, complete a goal. Accomplishing a task or a goal gives us a great sense of pride and fulfillment. So find something that you've been putting off or avoiding and check it off your list today. After a week of seeing my printer sit on the floor in my office, I finally decided to spend 15 minutes clearing off a space on my shelf, plugging it in, and getting it up and running. It felt awesome. So check something off your list today. Number 4, buy something for someone else. Did you know that spending money on somebody else can improve your emotional well-being? This pattern, known as pro-social spending, has actually been documented across a wide variety of environments and contexts. So, of course, it's important to stay within your means. And while most of us can't afford to buy a friend a tropical vacation or a brand new car, we can afford to pay for a stranger's coffee, take a bouquet of flowers over to our neighbor, or to scrounge the dollar bin at Target for some of our favorite things for a best friend who we know would love it. So get out and buy something for someone else. Number 5, take a deep cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, pause, and then gently exhale through the mouth. I feel happier already. Number 6, practice gratitude. If you are a reader of my site, you know how much I love gratitude because we just finished a month-long challenge focused on this concept. Gratitude and happiness, the relationship has been well documented in the research, but as lots of my readers found out last month, we tend to get into a gratitude rut. So the way to shake that up is to name 3 new things for which you are grateful every single day, meaning you can't say what you said yesterday, you can't say what you said a week ago. The points of gratitude have to be unique and specific to that day. Number 7, exercise. Now, if you just let out a big groan, hang with me. Again, we know exercise and happiness have a really strong correlation, but I think a lot of people start to feel defeated when they hear this because they think about spending hours in the gym or being glued to the treadmill. The goal is to just get moving. So for 20 minutes, get your heart rate up, get active, and just get moving a little bit. So maybe you're taking a walk with the kids, with the dog, you're throwing a football in the yard, or you're just kind of outdoors and flying a kite with your kids and you're moving. That's the biggest piece here. Get moving. Number 8, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is something I talk about a lot on my website and a lot with my clients because the benefits are incredible. If you're not practicing mindfulness every day, I highly encourage you at the end of this video to go to my website, drallisonanswers.com, and learn more about mindfulness. In a nutshell, mindfulness involves focusing your attention on the right now, the present moment. Mindfulness and happiness, they are good friends. So if you're not practicing mindfulness, start today. Learn something new. Our brains do best when they are challenged. So learn something new today to celebrate. Maybe it's a new crochet stitch. Maybe you want to watch a TED Talk that's been on your mind for a little bit. Or maybe you're going to try that DIY project that you pinned months ago. It doesn't have to be big, but learn something new today. And last, number 10, change your scenery. We can get in a rut, and ruts and happiness don't really mix. So find some small ways today to change things up a little bit. Maybe you're going to turn that weekly meeting with your boss into a walking meeting. Maybe you're going to have dinner on a picnic blanket outside with your family, or maybe you're just going to switch cars with your partner and listen to a brand new playlist that you haven't listened to. It doesn't matter how small, but find a way to shake things up. Remember, happiness isn't just something that happens, it's something we have to practice. So I hope you'll join me on March 20th, celebrating International Day of Happiness, trying some or all of these strategies. So let's celebrate.